Yes, sir. Yes, sir. And so, do you think that the new colors of the American Bully, the new patterns and stuff, are also the evolution of the American Bully?
Well, I think with anything, I mean, there's always going to be a big divide in the community. There's always going to be people against these things. But in every dog breed, a lot of times, especially when you're dealing with multicolored breeds, you deal with fads. And I think it's a thing in marketing everywhere where something that seems to be more unique, harder to get, it becomes more popular, and they go through fads. So I think like the color things that we see now are not that it's just unique to the breed, but they go through fads and they go through waves, and it's one of these things that today yesterday's blue is tomorrow's chocolate, and then the next day's lilac, and it moves on and it moves on. So it's part of all breeds, and it's part of popular breeds that they do go through little phases of fads where some things become more valuable or more marketable because it's new, and it's not the everyday color or look that they've had. So it's one of these things that's a fad that passes through every breed.
So, what's the issue with Merle's showing?
Topic, man. And it's a topic that is a community topic. So I can only tell you the back end of everything, how it came to be. And my feeling, it's still a community issue, and we're in a divided community. So without giving any feeling on either side, I'll just give you how it started. So when the American Bully began, there were Merle breeders. There were Merle breeders even within the Elite Edge. The Merle community itself was very small. It was more of like an eccentric group of people that bred something, and not many people really were attracted to the Merles. So it wasn't a big deal at that time. In fact, there were still Merles at that time within the UKC, American Pit Bull Terriers. And even when they stopped allowing Merle for registration, they still registered Merle dogs. So it carried over into the American Bully. And when we started in 2004, there were Merle breeders of the American Bully who their dogs were obviously entered in the database and are part of the brood stock of the breed. Again, regardless of what people feel, this is just the actual history of the breed. So, and they were always allowed in at that point, and they just weren't big. It wasn't a popular thing. Like I said, it was an eccentric crowd of people that followed that, and really wasn't anything very popular, and nobody really paid any attention to it, to be honest with you. It really just, there were some select breeders, and that was that. When UKC made a stand to not allow it to compete, they made a stand based on purity. Then the ADBA came out. Sorry. The ADBA came out and they made a stand on it, and they contradicted the UKC, saying that it's not based on purity because they have purebred American Pit Bull Terriers for many generations. It's based on health. We, as Abkc, were still young. We weren't facing any of those issues, so we continued to have Merle dogs registered. In 2012, I believe, or 13, I'm not sure which of the years, in that some time frame, there was a big push from the community that followed the UKC push, and basically the community pushed that they did not want these dogs to be able to compete. They felt that it was either impure or health hindrance. Impure is an argument they cannot make because any of the dogs entered into the brood stock of a breed is the basis of the breed. So that generations after that make it pure. So in the American Bully, it is pure. The gene is pure in the American Bully. Whether it's a health hindrance or not, I mean, it is definitely a health hindrance in many breeds, but not in all breeds. Like the Catahoula has been around for many years, who was a pure Merle breed. So anyway, yeah, there was a push from the community, and we had an internal panel vote, and the vote was to make the Merle in the show ring a disqualification. I actually didn't vote for it that way. I felt like it's been here this whole time. I don't, really feel strong about that. So I voted not, but the panel voted for it to become a disqualification, and it was considered a disqualification. What we did do at that point is any of the dogs that were already registered, they were grandfathered in at that time so that their offspring could be registered. So The registration side of it didn't end, but the competition side of it ended. And that's the story. Regardless of how people feel on other sides of it, that's just the historic truth of it, you know. Nowadays, it's a big divide in the community. And, you know, there's a lot of people that feel it should never be accepted, that it shouldn't be accepted for registration, that they feel there's a lot of health issues involved with it. There's another side of the community that feels like they should be able to show, and they've proven generations of healthy dogs and that it can be bred healthily if you know what you're doing. So it's a divide in the community, and we're a community registry. We've always supported the community, and we've always worked for the community. We were built by the community, and we always listen to the community. So the stand at the moment is to keep it the way it is until the community makes a decision that overrides the other decision, and that can always happen. But at this moment, they were grandfather claused in all the other ones, so if they've been registered, their offspring can be, and it's still considered a DQ in the show ring.
All right, man.